Hello everybody, welcome back at Pocono Raceway, this time in the B Fix series. Gonna go out for
Pit lane speed
qualifying,
limit is 55 miles
hoping
per
that
hour.
I can try to
Exits
find
clear.
a
Okay,
bit of a
Derek,
better
you've
luck
got
in
to
this one
just say
compared to
decent time.
the Truck Series race. Obviously, if you saw, that one had a bit of a bad break at the end and just compounded on it by a self-inflicted mistake, and then had another bad break. So I'm hoping that I can avoid some of that bad luck in this race. The car's definitely a lot more lively, more difficult to drive. I think it kind of suits my current skill set a little bit better, because you got to use the brake a little bit more and manage the throttle through all three corners to not over-rotate the car. So it's definitely a lot more off-throttle time than compared to the Truck Series. So I'm just going to try to do the best that I can. Just make the most of qualifying. Try to put myself towards the front. Get a little bit of a better start, better track position. I think it will be pretty tough to pass. Tire wear will definitely be a thing if we can go all 30 laps green. And it's a pretty strong field, so we got the potential for it. Try to get through turn one without over-rotating. A little bit of an over-rotation, but not horrible. Typically my first lap is faster than the second. Overdrove turn two just a little bit, and then definitely overdrove it on exit. Get way too sideways off the corner. Alright, so we're gonna have to hope that we can make up some time in lap number two. Lap one's not gonna be anywhere near where I wanted it to be. Just work it off, try to carry some momentum down the front stretch for lap two. At least fourth right now, not as bad as I thought. Try to get the turn one a little bit better, a little bit of a later apex. Definitely felt a little better with that turn. Let's see if we can not overdrive the exit of turn two this time. A little bit of a shallow entry. Quite as bad off, but that shallow entry really hurt the momentum through the corner. So I have to try to just make it up here in turn three, which it's not looking like it's going to. So it looks like we're going to be sticking with lap one. See how far we fall, as we got 20 seconds left in qualifying. Just a little bit slower, about 1/100 and a half slower. Been struggling with turn one on the entry. I'd like to take a later apex, but there's kind of a bump that if I don't hit it just right, tends to shoot the car up the track. It gets me really, really bad exits. But if I slow down enough to not hit the bump badly, I end up underdriving the entry. Able to hang in fifth. Looks like quite a few people choosing not to qualify. You can see basically everybody that didn't qualify minus the 20 should all be faster than me. Everybody is in here, so. And we were never going to get to pole sitter. Just gonna, at best, gonna hope for fourth place, so probably qualified right where we're supposed to be. Take starting on the inside as well. I'll show you guys the setup really quick. I left the steering ratio the same. It did drop the offset down to +3 and drop the brake bias back to the rear 2% to 63%. Depending on how bad I overdrive entries, how the balance of the car is throughout the race, probably will be moving the brake bias back a little bit if we're going to go long run pace as well. Hoping that we go all 30 laps green. That'd be a lot of fun. That'd be the way I want things to go, but we're just gonna see how it goes. I've seen a couple races that could be caution filled, a couple other races that should be fun, so we'll just try to make the most of it. Get gridded up here though. Pull up session best lap, as I will not be. Well,
appreciate it, EJ. Have a good time.
kind of drove it like a race pace. I felt like when I tried to learn how to drive deeper into the corners, try to get a little more in this car, I just tended to overdrive it and get way too loose off the corners and scrub too much speed. So kind of dialed it back, drove it a little bit closer to race setup. our race pace. I may back the braking points up a little bit and adjust on that as the race goes on, just because tire wear obviously is going to be a factor.
The track temp is
So
87. The air temp is
just try to do the
78
best we
Fahrenheit.
can with that.
P5.
Again, biggest thing, kind of like New Hampshire. Just got to keep
Follow
the thing
car
as
number
straight off the
23
corners
in
as
the inside
possible.
lane.
Avoid sliding those rear tires and heating them up. Just want to try to keep as much grip on them as possible, but not overdrive the entries to towards the right front as well. I'm gonna need that grip as the run goes on. Assume this is going to be similar to the Truck Series race, that if we go like 8 to 10 laps, probably going to see enough tire fall off that we'll want to come in for tires if we do happen to get a caution. But we're just going to see how it works out. Just want to try to keep it clean, see if we can finally get back to a 0x race. You know, had a couple incidents, both the late model and Truck Series race. Really, Truck Series race was a really bad break. I got the instant points out of what was legitimately netcode. That was just a rough break, but late model 1 was kind of just hard short track racing, but still want to try to avoid anything like that if I can, get that back in the right direction, and hopefully, like I said, just not overdrive it, hit my lines, and just see what I can come away with. Like I said, we'll watch for some people that are going to be really fast coming from the back, and just try to make the most of this. Ready for the well, 1, 2, and 3 should be pretty quick. 23, 21, myself, 18, we all potentially could be wild cards. Hoping I can try to take advantage of a strong field and make some good progress. These cars will
Okay,
off.
Jake, are you ready? Watch for the lights. Go.
Off and rolling. Just trying to pull away from the 21, although he's going to be directly on our right. So he's going to slide in behind the one. He's going to run side by side with the 23. 21 still to our outside. 23 getting a little loose there in the center of 1. He kind of slides up chasing it. A bit slow off the corner. And we get a caution already. There's the wreck behind. Couple guys going sliding. You can see the smoke in the mirror. Somebody else around. So we'll stay in.
Cars out. Line up single file behind.
Stay in 5th.
We're under caution. It's closed.
I guess that kind of came in good because I was potentially going to be looking to go to the inside of the 23 into turn 2 and running too wide. Into turn 2 is very difficult, let alone even thinking about 3 wide if the 3 would have stuck on the outside. I don't know, I probably should have cut up in front of the 21, made a hard move to the outside wall and gotten in behind the 3, tried to follow him on the outside of the 23, but the outside line going into the tunnel turn just can be at a pretty big disadvantage. I don't think we're going to be coming to pit road with 1 lap on our tires, and really more like half a lap of actual green flag racing on our tires. Not sure how many people are involved in that, or if anybody's got major damage. If it was just minor spins. Take a look at it after the race, though. The race doesn't take too long. This is certainly not the same as the Truck Series race was. I am going to try to finish off my week of mostly NASCAR with NIS. Just not sure whether it's going to be NIS fixed or NIS open. Just kind of, that honestly depends on what time I'm available. There's only a couple time slots between the two that I can run the rest of this week, so it's just going to be a matter of which one works out better. Hopefully this will not be foreshadowing what either one of those races to be like. I mean, I'm having a lot of fun here. I had a lot of fun in the Truck Series race, even though, like I said, I felt like the pace was decent. For whatever reason, I feel like I'm struggling in momentum-based classes now. And the Truck Series here is most definitely that. So this one seems to, like I said, fall back into what I currently know how to do better. Not that I know how to do it well, but I know how to do it better than momentum. So I think the next gen Cup car is kind of a good blend of both. So Let's see what we can do. Looks like we lost one car. So we'll be getting re-racked. I think everybody, I know the front 6 is basically the same. I doubt the 18 started 7th. I don't think he started 8th. So either the top 6 or top 7 are basically going to be the same as the initial start. We'll get the one to go next time by. I guess if there was a time for a caution to come out, it was now, because we still have enough laps that we can easily see some tire wear come into play if you overdrive it. Although I don't expect many people up here in the front are going to overdrive the cars and abuse the tires. Maybe the 23, maybe the 21, but they could easily be like me and be improving and getting better, and then they're actually a lot stronger, a lot more capable than what their car number suggests they would be. We'll see what we can do. We'll get double filed up this time. That's the only thing it's going to do is that it's going to
race will resume at the end of this lap.
cut in the laps that some of these guys have to make their way, the ones that didn't qualify, but some of them, if they avoided the wreck, are going to be on their way up as well. So we'll see how that works out. Try to get a slightly better restart if possible, although that's definitely going to be a bit tougher. 23 is in a better spot to get a good restart compared to me. I'm trying to still just guessing. The outside line got like I said, I didn't get a great restart. Outside line got a decent one, I thought, on that initial start of the race. I gotta work on qualifying, I gotta work on restarts, and I gotta work on pit stops for sure. Those are in the race 3 ways that I'm just, even if I was running the same lap times as everybody, I'm getting murdered in those 3 areas. For the most part, across any series, that's where I'm getting killed. Space car goes a little bit quicker, not pit road speed, otherwise we'd be taking forever to get around here. It's a long track when we're at race pace, let alone when you're under caution. See if the 23 gets loose again through turn 1 this time, or if he's going to be able to make the adjustment and make the car stick. Down to 2nd gear, get ready for the restart. His car pulls off. Wow, early start that I did not expect. Man, I got killed on that one. Wow, I got murdered on that one. Absolutely murdered. 18. He's kind of looking like he was going to look to the inside going into 1. Backs out. We still got the 4 to the outside. 21 was able to clear us. Just trying to work it off in turn 1. He's coming off the wall, 3's a little slow down.
Still there.
Long pond stretch.
Keep it steady. Still there.
Sit behind the 21.
Still there.
Not really anywhere to go. Trying not to wash up in 3, although I kind of did.
Clear up high. Got one inside.
Sorry about that, that's completely my fault.
Clear line.
9 looking to the inside.
Clear inside. Harlow. Still there. Still there.
5's saying something.
Clear on the inside.
Not really hearing them all that well. Alright, so we're back in 6th. Or 5th, excuse me. So we washed up into the 3. Feel bad for doing that. Try to correct it, hit that bump, that's what shoots me up. And it's gonna look back to our inside again. Trying to work the car off turn 1, get the run, but he's got us on the inside.
Still there.
One of us is gonna have to bail, and it's probably gonna be me.
Still there. He's still
Like I
there.
said, it's really tough to run too wide through turn 2.
Clear inside.
Although we somehow make it stick. Lose a little bit of time to the 21 for that, but yeah, I'll take making that stick. 4 is going to dive to the inside of the 9 through turn 3. I kind of overdrove entry. It's going to hurt the run off. So the 9 used the draft down the front stretch. Let's see if he dives to the left side going back into 1.
Inside.
Car in front
Yep,
of us is
just going to look to the
Martin.
left.
Steady, still there.
So we're just going to have to stay to the outside. There's nothing I can do.
Coming up on the
4 is
inside.
going to try to take advantage of it as well.
Still there. Clear low.
He kind of washed up a little bit. He's working his way back up. See him looking to make it 3 wide. 6 is on the outside of that. Still overdriving turn 2. But he's getting real aggressive off the restarts. And it's just really hard to gain any time or position, so you got to drive as hard as possible to get it, especially with the being only a 30 lap race. Alright, so we're back in 6th. Hopefully enough of a gap to try to just focus on hitting a better lap.
That was 55.62. The guy ahead has just done
Goes back up to the 9.
57.
Not overdrive these corners, hit that bump again. Just get terrible turn 1s every time. See how much the 6 closed up. Well, certainly wasting a good qualifying effort right now. Trying to get a little better run through turn 2. Front 4 pulled away big time. We're driving the corners every time. Sadly, that was a better lap than the last time by, as bad as it was. Got some really quick people coming up through the field as well. Make turn 1 stick, look the apron this time, so shoot me up. Kind of kills the momentum off. Just trying to do what I can. Like I said, got some really fast guys behind. Is that I could just try to outlast them until tires wear off. Maybe that'll equalize things a little bit. You can see the 4 sending it all in deep.
Clear low.
Wash up, just trying to get down to the bottom but not get hit by him. He just drove it in from a mile away, made it stick. Run off at 3 because I had to lift for him, but better to do that than to wreck. Just cannot figure out how to apex this corner later and not deal with that bump. Pretty good battle up front though. He's gapped out too bad. So front 3 pulled away. You got the 21 in 4th, and 9 in 5th. And it is a slaughterfest right back here. Just going to drive it in deep again into turn 3, try to make it stick on the inside of the 6. Definitely going to be something we're going to have to keep an eye out for. We're going to go side by side. 3's going to sit behind them.
6th place. You've just done a
10 down, 20 to go.
Alright, Jake, that's good consistency. Keep it up.
Trying to make it stick close back up to 9. Basically staying even with the 21 and the 23. We're probably going to have the advantage over the 6 going into turn 2. Kind of overdrove turn 2 a little bit there. 4 clears the 6.
Be careful, we've got a full
And we get a
course
caution. Turn up the chat, I'm not really hearing people well. 4 is definitely coming. I'm guessing we're going to be coming to pit road now.
Pace car is out. Line up single file behind Brady.
I think this time it might be worth it. Like, I know the lap times hadn't fallen off a ton. I really hadn't run a very fast session best lap, so mine's kind of a skewed delta, but I think they were probably falling off enough that it's worth it. And if we go green the rest of the way and you take tires, as long as the entire field doesn't come in, then I think there's enough value.
Did a good job locking it down.
Coming
I thought
in.
maybe you were going to come back on the track.
Find the middle ground. Not sure where the 3's going.
Play home, like
I said.
really play home.
Apologize for getting into him earlier, coming in through 2, but tried to throw the apology over the radio. It was
We're
all
under
me.
caution.
How
Pits
bad
are
is my
closed.
left side here?
Okay, that's what he was doing. Trying to get people to look at both sides of the car. That makes more sense.
Honestly, doesn't look too bad.
Alright, so if we get
Fucking destroyed.
everybody comes in, then
Of course, yellow.
this is
Pits
going to
are
be a
open.
nice shot to try to
Feels
redeem it
like
on
it.
pit road. Which I'm
Everything has these
expecting
cars
to see
so
people
fragile.
come in. So, 23 stayed out, that was going to be ballsy.
The leader, Old, is pitting. Look out for the pit speed limit. Pit lane speed limit is 55 miles per hour.
Hey, brother, pit speed.
We got the 4 pushing us down pit road, which is fun. Gonna get him a little bit
Box in,
under, but
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Box now.
alright, looks like 23 did what I typically do and screwed up the entry, so it should be one spot we should be able to get. Check tires when we get out. So we might have lost a spot. So we're still ahead of the 3, the 4, the 5. 5's really quick. He's picking up quite a few spots from where he started in the back. I think we might be 5th now. So I think we gained 1 spot with the 23 having the issues. So nobody stayed out. Mostly everybody 95, 95, 96, 96, 93, 94. Again, I was overdriving 1 and 3 at times, as well as having those issues through 2. So makes sense for me, but take it. Check fuel, be prepared for the next pit stop. Just gonna hope that we can go green the rest of the way, and maybe I can
Pits are open.
try to use that and recover, reset. Got a fresh set of tires on. Thankfully, not really any damage to the car, so it's like we're starting over. Hopefully, take advantage of it. We're gonna get 1 to go this time.
Get ready. Race will
Behind
resume at
us,
the end of this
1.
lap.
He's gonna get to the outside. 3's gonna be on the outside of us as well. So we have to be real careful not to get back into him again. And he's just gonna have to try to get a better restart. Just be prepared to go as soon as pace car pulls off, but also be ready to have a little bit of a later restart. I was kind of expecting a little bit of a later one, and that was my fault on the last one.
Guys, can we check this pace car right here?
I feel like I was doing a halfway decent job
Going green.
managing the throttle off the corners, just the entries were the big problem that first run. We'll be restarting on lap 15, so we'll have 1 lap, and then we'll be halfway through the race, assuming we don't get a green white checkered. Try to do what we can to take advantage of the 23 having the issue on the pit stop. said, have some really fast cars that are going to be around us still, so good chance to learn from them, try to hold them off. Just try to sustain it as long as I can. Alright, got in second gear, ready to go. Gonna watch cold tires again. This car's off. Delayed start before it gets into the back of us. Fortunately, we got a 4X out of that. There was nothing I could do.
Yeah, I'm on right side.
It's just the leader, I think, saw that the outside line was trying to go, so they stacked him up.
Still there.
Nothing I could do about that one. Looks like it's stacked up everybody behind.
He's
A
still there.
little too much throttle there in the middle of one. Trying to keep it.
You're right.
We're gonna have 3 wide.
Okay, Jake.
Well, the 3 clears us, so now it's just gonna be the 5 going by us since I got boost off of 1.
Left side.
Terrible start for me. I'm just gonna fall in behind the 5 now. Settle down. Drive turn 2. 4's gonna work to the inside. A little bit of smoke contacts up there, I think. And we get another caution. Yeah, this race isn't fun. I don't know why this has gotten so bad. Like, this happened at New Hampshire as
It
well.
looks like Holmes has binned it.
Oh, pit stops. Hate the 4 got into us, gave us the 4X, but everybody checked up the 4 was ready to go, and they didn't go, so. Once again, another race that getting incident points that there's not really much I could do about.
Vargas, you're halfway home. Got plenty of fuel.
Lose 2
We're
spots
recording.
back to 7th.
It's closed.
Just a terrible turn 1 for me. That's what. Terrible turn 1, and then 2 didn't help things at all. That's what cost us the spots. I think I got into one somewhat decent, just got on the throttle way too hard. That started loosening me up, and I was trying to keep it off of the 3. Not sure how much the front end damage on the 4 is going to hurt him. One of these days I'll be able to get a clean race in without anything happening, but at least I can feel fairly comfortable knowing that for the most part it was kind of out of my control. The late model was probably the most in control, but this one and the Truck Series race, there's nothing I
We're
can
under
do about
caution.
either one of
Pits
those.
closed.
Nothing I could do about either one of them. It's just people trying to get all they can get, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe I need to switch over to the Open Series, double the amount of laps. Maybe that'll help with the aggression. Oh, but he's gonna be on pit road, I don't think. Not sure what the one was trying to do. I don't think he was really gonna fake anybody out. This is gonna be a fairly quick caution since we're already getting 2 to go.
We're under caution. Pits closed.
So, start behind the 3. At least this time I don't have to worry too much about washing up into them. Teen's gonna get a lucky dog. Should put still 17 on the lead lap. Miss anybody from behind. Ends up on pit road for an extended stay. Guess the positive is right now, if I can stay on the lead lap, so we get a ton more cautions and add people from back there, we should be able to finish ahead of where I'm supposed to. Not that that's where I want to be finishing, but I'll take that. Seems like there'll be a few things to look at between what causes the cautions as well as, I don't know. I think when we look at, like I said, look at the deal of the 3, I just shoved right up into him. I don't even think I need to look at that to know that that was 100% my fault. And
Pace car is out.
I
Pits
think
are closed.
if we look at this last restart with the 4, it's just going to show that he thought he saw the leader going. I think the leader kind of started to and then checked up. And the 4 just got on the throttle, got in the back of us. Because I mean, I kind of started getting the throttle, but then I kind of lifted too. I don't think I really, like, did too much of a either, like, full-on throttle or a full-on brake either. Ready to get lined up on the inside with the 4-door outside this time. So we'll be pushing. 22 is going to be behind us. It's the first time I've seen him, as well as the 16.
Race will resume at the end of this lap.
Everybody else have been pretty familiar with so far. 5 I saw the least amount, but I've also raced with the 5 in other races, so pretty familiar with what he'll do. Let's try to get a decent restart, not overdrive. First lap or two. Well, not overdrive any lap, but definitely try to not overdrive 1 or 2.
How come you stopped?
I always forget to do that when I come in.
Probably not enough time. Probably not a long enough lap for them to get caught up, I guess.
And we get it to late green, so.
Yeah, I was waiting for you. 12.
Got one more lap, hopefully.
You didn't need to stop. You were going to be far out to catch you.
Yeah, I didn't know where the black flag was going to be.
Yeah, no, it's just under once you go green.
Duly noted.
Kind of fun.
Alright. Hopefully we'll get the 1 to go this time. Try to get a little bit of heat in the tires this time. Yep, 1 to go.
We're going green next time by.
Hopefully this time everybody's caught back up. 16 cars. 18 dropped off. So we got 16 cars on the lead lap. And if anybody gets it, we're still going to be 16 on the lead lap, at least, or at the most. Hopefully we can just go green and have 11 to go when we get the green. And we just finish it out at this point. I'm kind of lying back from the 3. Pitch back up. Still dragging the brakes just slightly to get a little bit of heat in the car. Tires. Just be careful not to run over the 3 this time. Alright. Try to get a better restart this time. Great restart. Force going to be to our outside. He's going to quickly cut right in front of us. We've seen him being crazy aggressive. 3's going to throw it down the inside. 1 goes all the way down to the wall. It's the typical Pocono starts of how wide the front stretch is. Falling behind the 5. Try to get to the inside of the 21. Gets loose off, and unfortunately we just clipped him and sent him around. So thought I had him clear, but I didn't. That sucks. I was on me. It is. Should have waited just a little bit longer, pulled to the right side a little bit more to avoid it, so not a good race from an incident standpoint.
We're under caution, pits are closed.
Still puts us 7th.
You're making a lap green.
Yeah, way too many cautions in this. It's frustrating. If I just lost it on his own, I hadn't touched him prior to once he was already going around. I probably didn't help him, but I don't think he was saving it for as far around as he was. Four's doing what he has to do on these short runs. He's driving hard. Unfortunately, we're often not aggressive enough to block, but he just got a good start on the outside. I didn't get a good restart. Had no way to stop him from cutting in front of us. He was clear. Certainly aggressive, but clear. I don't think there's any benefit to coming in for tires either. We've got 9 to go next time by.
Yeah, just go all the way around and get his pace car. Let's go, boys. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna look out. Apologize.
Who knows? It could have been Netco too.
It's alright.
5 and I had happened. We'll see. Not sure why the 9's laying back so much. Hopefully nobody went on pit road, because if that happened and we were all pitting, we'd be at a massive disadvantage.
Man, the back ass circuit just nailing around.
Nope,
here.
everybody's out, so we'll just catch back up. Be good. I was trying to follow the 5 behind. Thought he was going to be able to get to the inside of the 21 and we all be set, but that didn't quite work out the way I expected. Be restarting behind the 4. Looks like the 4's got some back end damage. I'm guessing probably from that restart when he got in the back of us. Hopefully I don't have too much front end damage from getting into the 5. Not sure how far it sent the 5 back as well. He's back at 16th. 11 should be your lucky dog. So we still have 16 cars on the lead lap. Yep, there goes the 11. Get the 1 to go next time by. Hopefully not have a delayed green this time. Just truly get restarted. I feel like I'm driving the equivalent of the super late model fixed series race from last week. Just caution upon caution upon caution. I guess it's giving me more time to stay inside the top 10. Which top 10 would not be a bad finish. Obviously would love the clawback, get a top 5 possible since we started there, but that's gonna be pretty tough.
We're under caution.
21 I think
closed.
I might be faster, and we were kinda catching the 9 before, but with a short run it's gonna be pretty tough to get there. That is for sure. And there's still probably a couple cars behind that'll be quicker, that'll be pushing hard.
This guy.
Get the 1 to go this time.
Okay, Jake,
Line up on the
get ready.
inside.
Race will resume at the end of this lap.
Not gonna repay the favor of before getting in the back of us. It's kind of stupid. I already have enough incident points. I don't need more. Just gonna try to time the restart better. See if I can finally find one that's halfway decent. Full for not looking left. Seeing that the 4 was slowing down, I thought he was much further to the inside. Now these guys are driving towards the apron to get to the cool parts of the track, pull the tires off. A little bit more heat back into the tires. It's 7 to go once we get the green flag. Should be loosen up a little bit. 16's gonna be to our outside, 21's just up ahead, 9's also lined up on the outside, so maybe if we get lucky we can get a decent enough restart. Try to get to the inside of the 21 on the first lap. Maybe set our sights on the 9 as well by the end of the second or third lap. So we're gonna come down to how good of a restart to turn 1 I can get. And I'm still sucking at these things. He's just doing the opposite of whatever I expect. Terrible. So he's taking the 3 all the way down to the wall, 1's all the way down there, 16's on our outside, 21's on the outside of the 4, 4's trying to work to the inside of the 9 as well.
Hold your line.
That bump again, trying to stay off the 16.
Still there.
Watch him on the outside as we come out of 1.
Still there. Clear 5.
Get
Right
loose.
side.
We'll lose the momentum. 23 is going to come back on the outside. We've got smoke and a wreck. Is it going to bring out a caution? Yep, we're going to have a caution. And because I got a terrible restart, we go back 2 more spots. So now we're barely inside the top 10, and we are under caution.
And Holmes
Okay.
gone off.
Saw that developing in the mirror and was really hoping they were going to keep it going straight. And unfortunately, they didn't. Everybody says you want to get the top split. What happened? This is not fun.
I love cautions.
Not fun. I hate this kind of racing. I'm terrible at short runs. I don't like when everybody just has to gun it on the first straightaway to try to pick up whatever they can. They know we're going to have a caution after turn 1.
Car number 16. We're under caution. Pits are closed.
This is not a good race. I'm sorry you guys have to see this. I'm sorry you guys have to see this. Didn't really teach me much either, unfortunately.
Hey, good one.
Hopefully I can try to find some sort of pace off a restart and claw a spot or 2 back before the end of the race, because we're likely only going to get 1 chance at a green finish under the schedule distance. I wouldn't have gotten loose off of turn 1, we'd be even with the 16 and would not have had the 23 getting by, but dumb mistakes. I was just glad to hang on to it and not slide and spin out. I mean, I was sliding, but I wasn't at least spinning out. A couple cars should be ahead of us, obviously, are,
Race
but
car
hey,
is out. Pits are
it's
closed.
what it is. I'm terrible at restarts. Drop a couple more cars.
Pits are open.
Pocono in these is definitely hard on the throttle application, especially on cold tires. Hopefully we'll get 2 to go this time. Again, 9's not going to be faking anybody out. As short as these runs have been, you're crazy if you're coming in to take tires. 2 to go. So we'll have 3 to go once we get the
Race
green. If
car
we
is
don't
out.
get a
Pits
delayed
are
green,
closed.
he's going to get another lap. I think that puts him on the lead lap this time. Yeah, so we'll have 15, I think, on the lead lap, because you're going to drop the 5 and the 12. So we're just going to try to push hard. I mean, again, every time I felt like I tried to drive harder was when I overdrove the car and lost a ton of time, so it's still going to be similar to what I was doing for saving tires, but it's just going to be not really caring quite as much about them, since at most we're going to have like 5 laps to go if we get a green white checker or green flag conditions, and I'm not fully convinced we're actually going to be able to finish this in 30 laps. Got a feeling we're going to go green white checker, which I guess is a couple more laps to try to offset the 8x that I've got. Get a few more corners in cleanly. It's about the only positive I can take right now. Drop another car. That was the 17 also drops. So
We're under caution. Pits are
14
closed.
on the lead lap now. Get the 1 to go. Be back on the inside. 6 is going to be trying to work his way back up. You know, he was fairly quick. Haven't really seen the 7. The 22 behind us, but that was about it. Lined up behind the 16. Just want to hit one of these
Race cars
restarts.
in this lap.
Try to hit a restart, see if we can just get, like, if I can just get a spot before the end of the race, get to 8th. I'll be happy. I will be, not be where, you know, I started. Always want to do a top 5, but I will be fine with that. If there were 3 cars I'd want to get by, I'd say it would be the, or 2 cars. I want to get by the 23 and the 21, just to, that'll help increase the amount of iRating I could get. Like a 7th with them behind me would be worth more than a 7th with, you know, them ahead. So try to do what we can though. It's gonna be all on how well I can time this restart and then not overdrive turn 1. It's just so tough taking that shallower entry into 1 on the inside. If I can clear myself to the wall, I'll do it, but it's definitely tough being on the inside.
The track temperature is decreasing. It's now 83 Fahrenheit.
See if the 7's got the advantage being on the outside. Ready to go here. Restart. Try to time that one a little bit better.
Push now, we can catch this guy.
Right side.
16 is gonna block.
3 wide. You're in the middle.
6 is gonna go all the way to the inside.
Still there.
3 right call. 7 on the
Still
outside.
there.
I
Inside clear.
hit the brakes too hard. Had to let the 6 by.
One right side.
Just trying to work it off turn 1 better than the last one. Still going to be on our outside.
Still there.
2 wide, 6 and 16 and 7 of myself.
Still there. Keep it together. Hold your line. Still there.
Trying to stay off the 7 out of 2.
Keep it together. Hold your line.
Gets the better run on the outside. Not much I can do.
Still there. Keep digging.
Man, I'm terrible on restarts right now.
You're right.
Trying to cut down.
Still there. Clear up high.
I don't know if I got to or if that was netcode. I know I drove it in a bit deep, but never even had an incident point register. So we're back to 10th. Yeah.
2 laps left.
2 to go. 16's overshoot 1. 20's gonna drive it in really deep. He's gonna slide up. Try to get a little bit of a better run out. Sadly, since the pit stop is the longest green flag run we've had. 6 is going around. Watch out for that. 21's in the wall. Also watch out for that.
Right side.
Stay green though. Clear the 21.
Good set.
16.
The guy saving it, you are the real MVP.
Trying to get the run on the 16 down the front stretch.
Sorry, that was my fault.
White flag. Now if we go caution.
The leader is just
Watch the 16 block us all the way to the wall.
Fastest lap for Bell. 54.72 P8.
Don't really care.
One more to go. Your lap time
Wants to
was
block that hard. That's his
55.40.
prerogative.
Still there.
We'll have the advantage on the outside off the corner, but clear him. Watch him try to do the same thing.
So them classic Atlanta finishes.
Come back to the inside, going into 2.
Keep it steady. Still there. Clear on the inside.
Backs out. Smoke up ahead. Almost got into the wall myself. So I'm gonna try to get through 3 as best as I can.
Good one, Dylan. Thank you.
And this race is finally over, and it ended under regulation.
I made it
No caution. Did not expect that. So, bring it home in 7th, I believe.
E7.
Yeah.
There we go.
Not a great race. From a lot of perspectives. We'll have to look and see if I got into the 20 there or not. I don't know. But certainly, a bit of a rough race.
5 green laps that race, guys.
Not really all that much fun that way. A lot of cautions, but we'll take what we can out of it. Get parked here, we'll take a look at everything.
Dylan, you better get a photo of both of us sideways and one at the end of there.
Got the benefit of some people who were driving that in. We'll take a look at all that. Tires 96, 97. Barely got any green flag laps. Let's take a look at the beginning. So 13's inside of the 16. He just gets loose. 11 locks it up behind him, gets loose. So let's see what happens here. Because that's kind of weird. Like, drove in on the outside of the 4, kind of drives it in deep. I think he just gets too much throttle and gets loose and then locks it up, trying to stay off. So then you're going to get the... Let's watch it from the 11's perspective, because he's coming in behind the 5. He sees the 13. Oh, he's just got to lock it up, and it just rips the car around on him. So I think that brought out the first caution. And you got another spin up there. Let's see. Who's up in that one? 8 got involved in that. Let's see what happened there. That was ahead of the wreck. So 13 loses it. 8. The 12 gets loose. And the 8 tried to duck to the inside, got into the wall. Okay, so let's see what happened to the 12 there. This was the one that I saw in the rearview mirror. So he's just getting into the corner. He's going to clip the apron. It's going to kind of shoot him up the track, and he's trying to get on the throttle. He just loses it, kind of slides in front of the 7, and the 7 gets him and sends him around. And that's when the 8 hits the wall. See him going around. Here's the 8 going around. Is the 8 going to get anybody else? I think he just gets the wall by himself. Alright, so we're back under green. 3's on the outside. So it was netcode with the 3, honestly. Like, I don't know, we might have hit, but that was definitely netcode. Because you can see we're coming in. I mean, I definitely, like, I drove it in way too deep on the outside of him. So, still, like, I'm not saying that I didn't make a mistake. It just, not actual contact, it was actually netcode. So, did a great job to save and stay off the wall. 23's going to get the wall going into 1. Barely. Just in pretty deep, 22. Gets the wall going into 3. This is when the 4's gonna get us coming out. Gets a little loose. I think that might have been netcode as well. Dives to the inside. 10's gonna be on the inside of the 18. 2 has to shake it down to the bottom. Maybe a bit of netcode. Seems like netcode got a little worse in this race. 22 is going to drag, just barely touch the wall going into 1. 11 barely touches the wall down into 2. 1 into 2. 1 barely scrapes the wall. I don't even know what it's calling there. Netcode at best. 23, drag the wall. 17 on the inside of the 18. Barely any contact with the left rear of the 18 if he did touch him. 23 is going to get the wall out of 3. This one's probably going to be a bit tougher. Yeah, it was a little bit more of a shot. It's not quite that very light scrape. 17, bit of 1. 7 on the inside of the 17, just goes straight. Knocks the 17 out of the way. 2. 17's kind of dragging the wall, and 22 gets it. 10's going to get a bit loose and crush the wall out of 2. And it gets right in front of the 14, and the 14 gets him, so that's going to send the 10 around, which brings out a caution. Alright, so let's look at some of this stuff, because it did not show us everything. I don't know why the incidents. The front three are just like a few more drivers, but not a real clean one. Let's see. Try to see when the 4 was behind me. I think this is the one with the contact. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know what the 4 is doing. Like, you can see the one kind of... Let's watch it come in more where the pace car's going on. So the one goes, kind of hits the brakes, Hughes thinks he's going, then the one takes off, and then the 4 just does not time it well. It gets right into the back of me. Yeah, that 4X isn't on me. There's nothing I can do about that one. And then... Let's see, I think it was... Gonna be this lap with the 20. Oh, let's watch this start, because the 16 wants to block. So I got the run, got a little bit of a restart. He didn't get a great restart. Waited behind him to cross the line, then start going. Then he's just going to throw the block all the way down the bottom. 6 is going to come all the way from the outside to the bottom. I mean, he was fast, so I guess when you got to get spots with 3 to go, you got to do what you can. 21 pushes it wide, 2 pushes it wide. We're on the inside of the 7. 16 is going to get a little slow there. Tiny bit of a wiggle. This is when we're going side by side. I guess I wasn't quite as close to everybody as I thought. 7 probably could have dropped in behind the 6, although I would have been right there. Too wide. Just trying to work it off the corner. 16, I think, almost got into the wall. So, to the inside of the 7. Okay, so probably should have hit him. I think I drove it in a bit too deep on his inside. Let's take a look above from that. See him coming down. I'm just definitely trying to drive it in a bit deeper. 7 comes down, and we get net code. Because I think I was actually trying to rotate the car to the bottom, and it might have kept him off. He might have come across the nose, if anything, but that was definitely all net code that sent him around. So, kind of the same deal with the 3. I mean, they're going to look at it and be angry at me. 3 and the 7 are both going to be angry at me, but it's kind of the same deal, I guess. So we're going to go up 1 lap, but we're going to come out of turn 3. So 21 has the issue with the wall. We get by him, trying to close in on the 16. Drive it in, get a little lower, get a little bit of a later apex, try to get the run off the corner. Try to use his draft, but he's going to start the block again. Keep trying to get the run looking to the inside, and he just keeps running down, which is, it's his prerogative to block. He bails, goes back up to get the entry into the corner. I'm just trying to stay to the inside. Trying to keep it off him as best as I can. I mean, you got almost 2 full lanes in between the 2 of us. Clear him. I think what he meant to do was try to cross over, go to the inside, which I was prepared for him to do. I kind of threw... It's not really throwing a block, but... And then he bails out of turn 2. So then at that point, once I cleared him, again, it's just on me to be able to execute turn 3. So, yeah, definite blocking by the 16. You gotta do what you gotta do. That was a bit rough, but... yeah, not a great race. Caution filled, marred, not very fun, but... Take a 7th place out of it, I suppose. And we'll take a look at the results, see how those went. Top split for 36-20 strength of field, so not crazy high, but definitely a lot higher than I am. 0.15 loss on the safety rating. Again, 4x of it, I'll take the blame for. I never looked at the deal with the 5. Let's actually take a look at that really quick and see if that was netcode. Wrong button. Sorry about that. Get back to us. I want to see what happened with the 5. I think it's gonna be this lap. Oh. Maybe this one. So 4 dove to the inside, aggressive on the restart. He's gonna clear the 5. We're going to come in one. You're going to see the 5 lose it here. Just gets loose off the corner. Yeah, I bet you I did make contact with him. Bet you I barely got the right side of the rear bumper. Let's take a look over top. We'll go frame by frame. Yeah, definitely made a little bit of contact with the right side between the Toyota and the number. Yeah, so that 4X I deserved. I just honestly probably should have gotten a little bit further right and come out. I was so afraid of hitting the wall if I turned to the right too far, and I probably should have laid off the gas a little bit more. It was just a little too late, so I'll take 4X out of it that I deserved. The other 4X was unfortunately rough with the 4 getting into the back of us, which I could really do there. So unfortunate. Looks like for the most part everybody got into some sort of trouble unless you were in the front the entire time. 5 cautions, over half the race under caution. Not real fun from that perspective, so sorry you guys had to see all that. I don't know. Just never really got a chance to run crazy fast and try to show what I could do on the long run. And we know I'm not real good on short runs, so at least somewhat of an iRating change. 63 to the good. So try to keep it going, try to clean it up, try to get something better. Just gotta avoid some of the bad racing luck that we're getting lately, and just keep learning. Try to put myself in good position, so hopefully NIS here at Pocono goes a little bit better, and try to finish off a couple other decent races the rest of this week. So feel free to leave any of your thoughts of anything, and hopefully you enjoyed what little green flag laps we got out of that one, and at least the finish. At least that was kind of exciting. So until the next one, I hope all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.